Right here in Section 4, seats Q17 and Q18, Brian Duvall sits with his grandfather, a place where they have watched every single UVM home game from. Now for CVU, the principal told me it didn't cost them that much because the name on their jerseys and equipment said CVU rather than Crusaders. Julie?
It's hard doing that story and not picking up on it myself.
I bet it was.
Now they have been telling me that they've been delivering a little bit more bread than usual this morning. The driver has been in and out of the store all morning bringing the bread. Now I'm also right next to the Freihofer truck right here. They have had to deliver more bread as well this morning. They have one of these signs from the Chittenden Solid Waste District. This says do not recycle. This is to kind of alert them what is exactly in here. You stick this on and you throw it out. Do not recycle this. You do not want needles to be recycled.
If you weren't rooting for the Patriots last night and you were more of a Giants fan, there's a lot of them in this region, you can find solace this morning knowing that your team is still the only one that has defeated the Belichick-Brady combo at the Super Bowl, and you've done it twice. But I'm pretty sure that's not what Patriots fans are thinking about this morning.
Many UVM fans agree that this is one season that they will never forget and may even end up on this wall of accomplishments under 2017, just like all their other NCAA tournament bids. Now, according to the Northern Vermont Youth Football League, they have lost 400 kids and one team, Winooski, in the past 5 years, which leads to one big word: change. Vermont Academy isn't necessarily known for its rich basketball history, but that all changed in 2015 when big man Tyreek Jones came to campus.
I'm Alex Hirsch in New York. Thanks for joining us, and good night.
He credits his time playing basketball in Vermont with the success he's now having in the NCAA tournament.
Channel 3's Alex Hirsch shares the story of one player on Xavier's team who honed his skills right here in the Green Mountain State.
Tucked away in the woods of Saxton's River is Vermont Academy, a prep school many may not have heard of, but the school wishes you had.
We are Vermonters, and the state of Vermont is really important to us.
Vermont Academy isn't necessarily known for its rich basketball history, but that all changed in 2015 when big man Tyreek Jones came to campus. As a senior, Tyreek Jones helped lead the school last year to its first ever New England Preparatory School Athletic Council Championship. Jones is one of 5 former Vermont Academy players in this year's March Madness. He plays for Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. Jones's Vermont Academy athletic director and old roommate have been cheering him on, dunk after dunk.
Tyreek Jones bringing the thunder.
After the one big dunk, and he's coming back with a huge smile, and he's just growling like that's who he is.
Come on, Ty, you could dunk harder than that.
Tinga Adiong was part of the 2016 Vermont Academy Championship team and Jones's roommate senior year.
I want him to do really well. I'm watching the games. He's at the free throw line. I'm like, come on, Ty.
He says they still keep in touch and attributes their bond to Vermont Academy, something Jones agrees with.
It helped me get to where I am today. If I wasn't for Vermont, I don't think I would be here.
Jones is particularly grateful to Coach Pope.
He means a lot. He always had my best interests, and I love him for that.
The relationship I have with him is kind of the motivator, and I just want him to realize that we have a whole community that's behind him.
A small Vermont school rooting for one of its alums in the big dance. Alex Hirsch, Channel 3 News, Saxton's River.
And the other Vermont Academy graduates in the tournament played for Winthrop, University of Miami, University of California, Davis, and Wake Forest.
Pretty impressive. And you can watch Tyreek Jones and the Xavier University team play next. That's going to be happening tomorrow night. His team beat Arizona last night.
And it used to be a fun event, but now Green Up Day means taking precautions because of the opiate epidemic.
So one day before people even head out, Green Up Vermont has this to say: if you see a needle, look, don't touch, and report it to your local officials.
Some communities are going even further than that, and Channel 3's Alex Hirsch is live in Richmond this morning.
And Alex, why are you there? What have you learned?
Well, I am at the Park and Ride in Richmond, and this is what authorities tell me is one of the hot spots when it comes to finding needles on the ground. I spoke with Dr. Richard Bernstein of the Richmond Rescue. He is in charge of the opioid task force here. Now, he says there are a couple ways to pick up needles if you choose to. The first way, he cautions people, now,
This is a needle right here. Now, don't worry, we have put this needle here. This is a clean needle that is used as a prop. He says if you don't want to pick up the needle, most likely kids, you can get one of these signs at the Jericho Town Hall. It says, "Do not touch." Put that into the ground. That will alert local officials to know to come pick up this needle. Now, if you decide that you do want to pick up the needle, most likely parents, he says one way you can do it is putting on construction gloves or electrical gloves, and then bringing with you one of these heavy-duty containers, most likely laundry detergent or something like that. When you open it up, you pick up the needle, you put it in here. Now, once this is about 2/3 full of needles, you should close it off, then put some duct tape on it as well. And then they have one of these signs from the Chittenden Solid Waste District. This says "Do not recycle." This is to kind of alert them what is exactly in here. You stick this on and you throw it out. Do not recycle this. You do not want needles to be recycled. Now, Dr. Bernstein tells me it's a good thing to pick up needles, but he urges people to use caution when doing so.
If you pick up a needle, you become part of the solution to a large problem. It increases public awareness. It does remove dangerous objects from the environment, and it allows the conversation to keep going.
Dr. Bernstein also tells me that Richmond Rescue is in the process of setting up needle depositories around town. Now, he told me that the likelihood of actually catching a disease from a needle is very small, but that doesn't mean that you should not use care when using the needle.
The most important thing this morning is that we are covering a serious storm. You may be thinking, I need to run out and get some supplies. Now that you're learning, we could be in for a rough go of it.
Yeah, and it's probably a good idea to do it sooner rather than later, it's sounding like. And so to get out there and see what exactly we're dealing with, we have Alex Hirsch live here in South Burlington. What do you know, Alex?
Well, I'm inside the back of the coffee cup truck at the Price Chopper in Burlington. Now, they have been telling me that they've been delivering a little bit more bread than usual this morning. The driver has been in and out of the store all morning bringing the bread. Now, I'm also right next to the Freihofer truck right here. They have had to deliver more bread as well this morning because last night so many customers came in and took off the shelves in preparation for today's storm. They had to make an extra trip back this morning to stock shelves back up. I also spoke with the night shift manager. He says that they've been seeing a lot of water, baby food, cereal, as well as that bread, canned goods coming off the shelves in preparation for today's storm. They're expecting even more customers in today. Not that many customers right now. I spoke with one, though. She was in here. She's picking up the necessities, the water and the canned goods and bread as well. The night shift manager tells me they may even have to call in some extra employees as well today, cashiers, to help out with the store. Right here in Section 4, seats Q17 and Q18, Brian Duvall sits with his grandfather, a place where they have watched every single UVM home game from.
Bet Henson's going to pull up for three.
For more than 20 years, Brian Duvall has been watching UVM basketball games, but never alone.
We basically act the same way, we laugh the same way. This is just cool to be interviewed with my grandpa.
Brian and his grandfather, Bob Carmen, can be found in one of two places when the men's Hoop Cats are on the court. In Bob's Sports Cave basement in Colchester.
Should have been a foul there.
Or at the Patrick Gym, where they hold season tickets.
Well, watching games with him, and he always asks when I get there, "You hungry, Brian? You ready for some hot dogs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready."
It just gives us time to talk sports together and sort of razz each other on each favorite team. He's not a Red Sox fan.
Baseball rivalries aside, they bond over watching players like Anthony Lamb and Peyton Henson. Bob started taking Brian to women's basketball games around 25 years ago, when Brian was around 3 years old. Soon they started purchasing season tickets to the men's games. They have gone to just about every home game since.
The funny part of it is the tickets are in my name, but I never go.
But Pat Carmen doesn't seem to mind. Rather, she smiles knowing this sport has connected 2 generations.
The bonding between my grandson and my husband, it's just amazing.
It is very nice to have that sports bond. We enjoy our time together, yeah.
I think win or lose, I get to spend time with my grandpa, so it's always a win for me. It's a bond that can't ever be broken.
Duvall and his grandfather have never been to an NCAA tournament game. They won't be heading to this one either. Instead, they'll be watching the game together in his Sports Cave basement in Colchester. Both of them, though, think that UVM has what it takes to win.